The following production is presented by League Info Site and the Credit Union Broadcast Experience, QTV.
Hello, I'm Sean Wilbert with the CU Compliance Connection, brought to you by InfoSite. A recent tax court decision has changed how members will have to manage their individual retirement accounts, and these changes could have a greatest impact on our members. One of the founding beliefs of the United States is the balance of power between the legislative, executive, and judicial branches of the government. Most frequently, our industry is impacted by the legislative branch and our regulatory agencies. But every once in a while, a judicial matter is addressed, and it throws a curveball at us that we have to learn how to manage. This occurred with the recent decision in Bobrow versus the Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service. Based on the court's ruling, a 1 per year rollover limit on individual retirement accounts will now be imposed by the IRS. In the past, 26 U.S. Code Section 408 that governs the treatment of individual retirement accounts stipulated that any amount distributed from an IRA would not be included in the gross income of the distributee to the extent that the amount is paid into an IRA for the benefit of the distributee no later than 60 days after the distributee receives the distribution. It also provides that an individual is permitted to make only one rollover in any 1 year period. Based on the IRS Publication 590 and general practices, this limitation has been applied on an IRA by IRA basis. However, Bobrow versus the Commissioner court opinion applies the limitation on an aggregate basis. The decision to aggregate IRA rollovers means that a member could not make an IRA rollover if he or she had made such a rollover involving any of the individual's IRAs in the preceding 1 year period. These actions by the IRS will not affect the ability of an IRA owner to transfer funds from one IRA trustee directly to another, because such a transfer is not a rollover and therefore is not subject to the one rollover per year limitation of Section 408. What this will mean for members is that if they decide to withdraw the funds from any IRA account with the credit union with the intent of transferring the funds to another institution or IRA within 60 days, they can only do this once in a 365-day period without incurring taxes and penalties. The IRS is planning to revise Section 408 and amend IRS Publication 590, Individual Retirement Arrangements, to reflect the aggregate limitation. The IRS has stated that it understands that the adoption of the tax court's interpretation of the statute will require the IRA trustees to make changes in the process of IRA rollovers and in IRA disclosure documents, which will take time to implement. The new regulation will be effective after January 1st of 2015. It will be important for credit unions to discuss these changes with members requesting IRA rollovers in 2015 to ensure that they understand the possible tax and penalty implications. Thank you for joining me at the CU Compliance Connection, and stay tuned for future broadcasts on issues that affect your credit union. We're here to help you at the CU Compliance Connection by InfoSite, only on Cube TV.
Thanks for watching the #1 compliance program for the credit union community. Stay tuned.